Hi everyone, are we in a market correction here in Fairfield County? I'm going to tell you today in this video what I am experiencing with my buyers and sellers in the market today, go over some of the real estate statistics through October 2022, and talk about what the real estate condition is locally in the area. I am Jennifer Lockwood, your local realtor here in Fairfield, Connecticut. If it's the first time to my channel, make sure you hit the subscribe and the bell to be notified of any upcoming videos. Also follow me on Instagram where I post regularly. So let's get right into it. When we are talking about what has happened in the real estate market, we were just on a wild ride in 2021. We had bidding wars, multiple offers, cash offers, a lot of competition, high demand, low cost of money, and very low inventory. Now, if you're reading the headlines, I know a lot of headlines that come into my social media and my feed are many headlines about price reductions, housing market crashing, all this gloom and doom about the housing market. So I'm here to tell you what we're experiencing locally. It is a little bit different than the headlines. Now, we have seen a market correction, and that's due to interest rates. With all of that said, we are still experiencing multiple offers. If the homes are in sought after areas, move-in condition, or even if it's a house that needs some work, but it's all priced appropriately, the home will still sell with more than one offer. We are not seeing the homes go within days. Sometimes it might take a couple weeks, but it's still going quickly. And you can see that when you look at days on market. In all of these towns, homes are closing in under 2 months. So that's still a pretty fast market. And then the other indicator is month supply of inventory. What that means is how many months will it take to sell all of the inventory on the market based on the latest sales rates. And that still is 3 months and under. Here's a chart of some of the local towns, and you can see we still are in that 2.5 months to 3 month period. A balanced market is 5 to 6 months of inventory. So you can see we are still far from a balanced market, as it's still leaning towards a seller's market. And the reason for this, and I've said it in previous videos because it still hasn't changed, is we are lacking inventory. I did a video quite some time ago about month supply of inventory and the absorption rate. If you want to understand more about that, make sure you click that video and check that out. The 4 factors that are impacting the market here locally is interest rates, inventory, demand, and home prices. So first, let's talk about interest rates. Interest rates have increased from 3 to 7% since January, and it is the highest rise of interest rates in 50 years. Now, the 7% is the highest number we've seen in 20 years, but as far as the acceleration, that was the most we saw in 50 years. So it was pretty dramatic, and it has changed some of the demand. Inflation is the driving force for the increase in interest rates. The Fed's policy, while the policy is not directly linked to mortgage rates, it does influence it. And they still talk about tightening up the policy into next year. So we still expect interest rates to rise. Many top economists are predicting that it will be around 7 to 8% next year, and that it will go down. They do have a sense that the interest rates will go down, but only to about 5.5% to 6%. That's the prediction. We will see how that turns out. But really, this fight against inflation is what is causing the rise in interest rates, and that affects home affordability for many home buyers, because if they were looking in the market at the 3-4% interest rate and now looking at homes in the same price point, they realize they can't afford it at that monthly mortgage payment, so they're having to adjust the prices of the homes that they're looking for. So it's definitely affecting home affordability for many home buyers. Now let's talk about inventory. Here is a chart of where inventory is today by town and how much we are below the 2021 numbers. You're looking at 26% lower, 37% lower, 34% lower. I mean, compared to last year, we're still substantially lower than we were, which is what is driving this market. Because when a house comes on the market, it gets absorbed pretty quickly. So we are not seeing the numbers increase in inventory. And now we are entering into the winter time. So we really don't expect to see more inventory until at least mid-January. And then the next item is demand. We still have demand. Even though interest rates are high, people still want to buy a house, because when you compare it to rents, which have gone up just as much as home prices, home buying is still the better option, even at a higher interest rate, because the philosophy is over the next few years they will just refinance. because within 7 to 10 years, 90% of people tend to refinance their mortgage, and we can assume that rates will be lower than that 70% in a 10-year period. So many people are now looking to variable rate options. Many of the variable rate options are to be fixed for 7 to 10 years and then it goes variable. So the assumption is I'll take that lower fixed rate and then in the next 7 to 10 years, I'll just refinance. But they will be in a home, they'll be building their home equity, and they will have a solid number for their mortgage payment. And home ownership is the best defense against inflation. Let's talk about home prices. I have buyers that ask me all the time, should I wait? Are home prices gonna go down? The answer to that is no. Don't wait. Home prices are holding steady. And why is that? Because there's no inventory. Here's a chart of the increase in home prices just in 2022. So far we have seen double-digit increases in some towns and still over 5% in other towns. So even when I research top economists like the National Association of Realtors, Zelman, Fannie Mae, Mortgage Bankers Association, they all have their own prediction, some high, some low. In the end, if you take an average of them, the home prices will stay flat. But in this area, until inventory changes, we don't see home prices changing at all. They still may continue to rise modestly, depending on where the inventory is. The best quote I saw recently when you're looking at home buyers and sellers is, buyers are acting like it's 2008. Sellers are acting like it's 2021. So in other words, buyers are waiting for the market to crash, and home sellers still think they can get the numbers people were getting a year ago. So it's really important to understand what's going on in your market locally if you're looking to buy and sell. Be informed about the market trends and where we are in the market, and lean into the experts in the market stats in order to manage your expectations if you're coming into the market to buy or sell. If you want more information on your particular town, feel free to reach out. I would be happy to help. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.